Alright, today we're going to show you how to install a TST Industries Fender Eliminator and a pod signal kit on a 2012 and up Kawasaki Ninja 650. To begin, we're going to unlock and remove the passenger seat. We're going to remove the toolkit from the trunk area, and we're going to proceed to unhook the cables that attach the signals to the harness. And they're right here. You have to remove the wires from the keeper. Take the boot off. First you'll disconnect the license plate light right here. Press on this tab and pull back, and the plug comes right out. The signal plugs, press on this tab here on the other end of the plug and remove back plugs. Okay, put the boot to the side. Make sure that you loosen up all the wires so they're not hung up on any captive geometry of the subframe or the undertail. Now you're ready to drop the fender assembly. We'll do that by undoing the Phillips screw from the bottom end here. Let's go to the bottom. It's a single Phillips screw. Now let's go to the top. So for the next step, we're going to remove these three 10mm hex head fasteners. What I recommend is that you loosen them first. And then as you support the fender assembly from the bottom with your other hand, get them all the way out. Alright, now your fender assembly is free. Work it out of the undertail. Make sure that you snake the wires through carefully so you don't snag any of the plugs on it. Put it to the side. So for the next step, we're going to take our bolts and washers, arrange them like this. Take the bracket, bring it to the bottom of the bike, and fit the bolt with the bracket in the void here through the rear hole. Come up to the top, use another washer and a nut. Thread it on by hand just so the bracket stays on by itself. We'll continue on to the next bolt. Okay, now we're going to grab the other bolt, do the same thing. Another washer and a nut. We're going to get them finger tight, and then we're going to continue by tightening it with tools. Okay, we can now tighten it all up. Okay, now your license plate bracket is on. We can continue on to the installation of the pod signal kit. The pod signal kit comes with these brackets that attach to the back of your license plate bracket and provide a spot to attach your signals to. Let's come to the bottom here. Take one of the shorter screws with a washer, Put it through your license plate, put it through the license plate bracket, put the angle bracket on behind it, arranged this way so the slot is to the side. Now you take the larger washer, put it on this bolt here, and you take the nut and finger tighten it on. You want to leave yourself some adjustability here, so you just finger tighten it for now. We're going to do this same thing to the other side. So again, bolt, washer, through this assembly, bracket, larger washer, and then the nut. And again, you finger tighten it. So now if you come to the back of the bike, you'll be able to adjust your license plate so that way it's centered. So it's centered to me. You can now go ahead and use tools to tighten all this up. Okay, so now we'll take the pod signal and undo the wiring, stretch it out, undo the nut. Now you want to thread it through the bracket here and out to the other side. Put your nut back onto the wires. Now you can thread the signal and make sure you don't hold the wires from the back. You don't want to twist them off. We'll leave it loose for now. We will tighten it up later. For now we'll just do the wiring. So with this wiring here, we provide these plug-and-play harness converters. You just match the color code, plug it in, okay, make sure the insulating sheath is covering the metal contact. Now we will thread this other end through the undertail and go up to the top. Now we're ready to plug it back in. It simply plugs right into the location where the OEM signal is plugged in. I always like to check to make sure that I plugged it into the right side. Okay, seems to be right. Now what we want to do is just do the same thing to the other side. Right, let's plug it through undertail, up to the top, plug it into the other harness, plug. Okay, so after every step, I like to test everything just to make sure everything is coming together right. Seems to be right. You notice here it's flashing a little bit fast. That's because you changed the OEM incandescent light with a set of LED lamps, and that's just typical to most bikes. You can correct that by installing an LED flasher relay, which we do sell in our store. Alright, so now we're going to adjust the angle of your signals here, making sure that they're visible from behind, and give it a quick tighten. Make sure they don't spin off. Do the same to the other side. Okay, go up to the top. You can now replace the toolkit, replace the seat. You're ready to ride. Alright, so the one thing we didn't address in this install is the installation of a license plate light. Some people opt for it, some people opt out of it. Basically what you do is when you take off this fender, you will clip off this wire with this plug, and you can purchase one of these license plate light kits from us. They come with an instruction sheet, step by step, with color photos and all the necessary hardware for connection. And basically goes right here and wires up just like the signals did.